It starts from Genesis chapter 6. But there's a huge hindrance that we have to overcome. And this impediment is made by men. It's made by the most paramount biblical scholars and pastors. It's how we understand the word sons of God. Because that's how chapter 6 starts. It talks about this group of people called sons of God getting married to this group of people called daughters of men and creating this giant men through birth. Understanding this is critical to properly interpret the whole Bible. The interpretation of sons of God in chapter 6 does not only affect the interpretation of Genesis, but it affects the view of the whole Bible, view of God. And today, we're going to make sure we break down this barrier so we can properly see the Bible. Let's read first.
Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 to 4. Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown.
So, two groups. Group A, sons of God. Group B, daughters of men. Who are they? Why do they create giants? And why does that become a sin? The two existing interpretations by biblical scholars or pastors are, first, the sons of God here are angels. That's the majority. Minority is sons of God here is the descendants of Seth. Both are wrong. They are completely unbiblical. So first, let's try to break down the majority. Let's try to break down the major existing interpretation. Can they be angels? Can angels be called as, quote unquote, son of God? No. Here, in Hebrews chapter 1, the Bible says, did I ever call an angel my son? Or would I ever call an angel my son? No, because they were never candidates of being heirs. Angels, they're not eligible. They're ineligible from the creation. They cannot be candidates. They were created to serve the heirs, serve the successors. So, not being eligible to be an heir means you cannot be called a son. Second, the Bible says angels are spirits, spiritual beings. And Jesus defines what a spiritual being is. Jesus says, I I'm not a spirit because I have flesh and bones. If you flip it, it means being a spiritual being means not having a flesh, not having a body made of blood. Because according to the Bible, Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11, the life of the flesh is in the blood. So any being that has flesh means they have blood. Anybody who doesn't have blood means they don't have flesh. So if in order for the Bible to call angels spirits, it means they don't have flesh. It means they don't have blood. It means they don't have gender. It means they don't have reproductive system. It means they cannot make babies. Throughout the Bible, you cannot ever see, oh, this male angel and this female angel had a baby. They don't make babies because they don't have blood. They don't have gender. They don't have reproductive systems. Look, angels, they don't get married. They don't have gender. We won't have gender when we resurrect, said Jesus. But here, that's why after we resurrect, we don't make babies. We only make babies here on earth because we have genders. Let's read.
Hebrews chapter 1, verses 5 and 14, Luke chapter 24, verse 39, Matthew chapter 22, verse 30. For to which of the angels did he ever say, "You are my son, he shall be to me a son"? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for those who will inherit salvation? A spirit does not have flesh and bones, as you see I have. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like angels of God in heaven.
Did I ever say, "You are my son," or "You will be my son," or "I will make you my son"? Never. And this is being taught in almost every church and every theological seminary right now. If you buy a Bible with interpretations, 90% of it will say, "Oh, here. Oh, the sons of God, they're angels." When it's just blatantly wrong. It's just so wrong.